Do you think you would be religious if you were never going to die? I've often asked that question myself, but not of myself. I've asked it of other people. And the answers vary considerably, all the way from, of course I would be religious even if I weren't going to die, to maybe a response that might be introduced by a proverb of one of my old Irish friends who says, "If is a cliff that can't be climbed." So how are we to think about a situation in which death would not be part of a picture? I find myself troubled by the question in the sense that I don't have a ready response. The question is more important than the answer. It all depends, doesn't it, on how we understand death and how we begin to think about where death fits into the human experience and into the human picture. If death comes into that picture of our human lives and our experience as something that ought not to be, for which religion is a kind of compensation or a solution, then we might move in one direction. But what if we begin to think about being religious as a way to discover who it is that we most truly are? It becomes a way of practice to discover our true being. If we were never going to die, could it be because we already were whole and entire and knew our true selves? Perhaps. Perhaps that would be the case. But when I look at that question of, do you think we would be religious if we were never going to die? The word religious starts sticking out of the question. And I start to think about the many ways in which we define that term religious, and a distinction that my students in the classroom increasingly make between being religious and being spiritual. Is being religious kind of going through some sort of forms, some sort of practice, jumping through some hoops in order to achieve immortality? So you can see that I'm not delivering an answer to this question. What I'm really inviting you to do as you hear the question is to think about how you answer it. What fits in? What do the words mean to you? And how is it that death fits into your understanding of the meaning of life and the meaning of who it is that you are